Okay. First of all, I just want to thank you for giving us this time uh, to share with you one or two things about not only So United Football Club, but also dimensions about life and how it has been so far. Uh, to me, I would say the journey still goes on. We are yet to get to where we want to be. And of course, along the journey, there are certain steps that need to be undertaken by all individuals as we seek to try and cover niche for ourselves in line with the goals that we had set or still believe in them to date. So, my appreciation to all of you for standing by us uh, during that difficult period, and also uh, not only for the encouragement but also at times for the positive criticism, because it is in criticism that people grow. You don't just grow in silent happiness, you also grow in difficulties. And so that has been the story up to now. Uh, Indeed, too many challenges. First of all, getting to the National Super League, the logistics aspects of it, they were quite involving, they were quite engaging, but also we thank God. We thank God that we managed to sail through those waters uh, till today. I would say there were opportunities, but again, opportunities only come once in a lifetime. That's the main lesson derived from this. But we keep our heads high. We look at the future. We look at what really defines who we are, and we are defined by who we are in these tough conditions. And so, this is who we are, and I'm happy to be a leader for this group. Yeah, in the sense that it has made me also understand the difficulties of leadership and also the opportunities in leadership. There are so many opportunities outside there, but again, is how strategic you are towards them, and that is our common endeavor. And we still believe that we will rise out of these ashes as soon as possible, and we'll be able to uh, show the true character that defines who So United are, and that to me is the most important thing. Of course, when you talk about the challenges, oh, many of us would rush to the finances. Many of us would look at the finances. But I always say that in life, never count duty by the shilling. Never want to be rewarded for doing greater things for humanity and all that. So we look at it differently. Personally, I don't look at how much you spend and what you do. What I look at is how many lives have we touched, or how many people have we managed to transform, or how many talents have we developed. And the list is endless outside there. And so that to me brings me greater reward, greater joy than just the fact that we are expending monies here and there and all that. And it's not about the money. Money is here today, tomorrow is gone. That's very important for all of us to understand. Now, at a personal level, I would wish to say that it has been indeed a great learning curve. I've gone through school, I've gone to law school and all that, but football has really taught me a lot in terms of what it takes to be a team leader. It's not easy when you have those sleepless nights and people are sleeping. that is now the value in it, and how I wish that people would look at it from that angle, as opposed to these are the monies that Edwin has been spending, or the patron has been spending on the team. That is not more important to me as an individual. We we started this as a dream, and you can't die until your dream lives. So we will keep on with this dream. When I look back 5 years down the line, doing the same thing, uh, creating no returns on it, but developing talents and all these monies, what, and all that, it just gives you a greater satisfaction in life. But indeed, there's a platform for everybody. Everybody can go ahead, everybody can achieve, everybody can dare to dream, and we all learn. I must say also, it was not easy, but it also took some challenges along the way. There were mistakes along the way, and those mistakes have made us become better, and we'll still be eager to work on our mistakes and also improve on our strengths in terms of management and all that. So we have indeed had a 5 year journey, and it is not something that many teams have done. 5 year old team reaching to those levels, that is commendable. And now the brand itself is selling itself. Uh, if I told you that close to 2 weeks ago, after watching the playoff between Villa and SS Sad, if I told you that we had a discussion with Coach Sunil for him to come back to Soy as a goalkeeper trainer coach, you wouldn't believe it. But today he's at Sofapaka. Again, another transitional phase that shows that indeed the brand is growing. Over the ideology, the So United way of life, I still insist we have nothing else other than words, and that is our way of life. I mean, words will always be life to us, and it's the same words that are keeping us even alive today. We are eager and even more eager to reciprocate or to do even better along the way, and that's why we've gone quiet. I've received so many calls, people asking what is not happening. Is this the end of a dream? For those of you who've interacted with me, you know that there are certain dreams which I hold so dearly within myself, and or a mention of the end of a dream, that is not in my vocabulary. I don't ascribe to such. I don't believe in such. I believe that we will be even a better team. Rebuilding is our priority number one. Uh, we are trying to create a culture around this team. We don't want to be a team that builds quick success on sand. That is not what I really want, or what I look at for these young guys. More importantly, we are not at a level that we can shrink. No, there are so many doors which we are knocking on, and probably in the next 1 week, when the new boys start to trickle in, and we have some five old faces coming along. I think people will be able to understand why we've kept quiet, and this has been my word to the team manager himself. I told him that this is not a time for us to shout. It's a time for us to quiet down. It's a time for us to just watch things unfold, and it's also a time for us to see who holds so United with some dignity or respect. Uh, of course, being a transfer window, uh, the back and forth of these players at times is just too much. But you look at it and you say, let's give it a chance. Let's see what happens. And you would uh, you would ideally expect teams to also respect what you've done. You'd expect teams to also treat you with a lot of respect, but that will not always come. We tend to forget where we come from too fast. When we think of tomorrow's success, we forget about yesterday's struggles, and that's my message. And I remember when we ended the season at Eldoret Showground, I shared with the boys and I told them, for those of you who get those offers, please have some genuineness around it. Engage people early. Let people also respect the fact that we are now at a brand level. We are not just any village local club. No, we are not that. We will engage on platforms that will also make sure that the team develops and benefits. So, sorry, my main concern has been the way we've been handling our transfer business. I mean, now we are now a business model. We are no longer a volunteer charitable group, and want to make returns on what we have invested in. And that is one grey area which I wish to urge even the federation to look at it and seek ways to improve how those transfers are handled going forward. Of course, we would wish to have an ideology around all your transfer business and all this stuff. More importantly, I wish also to commend the leadership in some of our boys who have said that we still have unfinished business. We all so united so much that we need to work and work our way back to the NSL, and that is a sign of true leadership. It's a sign of true sacrifice, genuine friendship, and as as a patron, that makes me feel proud that I still have boys who believe that the badge was more important than their names at the back of those shirts. So we are keen on that. Uh, we are looking at ways to create an even more attack-minded team. We want to create the energy. We want to make Ivuku the fortress again. We want the drums to beat louder than before. We will, and this take it to the bank. We will be a very, very attacking side when we start our season. Of course, there are plans already underway. We have engaged two coaches who we are really, really happy with their achievements so far. And because they also believe in our philosophy of now developing and developing more talent, we will soon be making the official announcements as to who takes over and what capacity and all that. Because we really believe that it starts at the top, going down in terms of ideology and understanding where the team is supposed to be at certain levels. So we are really working hard on that, and I'm sure in the next few days we'll make the official announcement as to who the next coach and his team is going to be. So we are we are in that phase, but very excited to look forward to the future. Very excited to build again. Very excited to just bring it back home once more. Uh, to have you guys, our fans, behind us. I mean, at Tigugui, I can't wait for the first match at the venue, and for sure, uh, I can't wait also to see some local talent. We have the So United Talent Search Tournament, which is ongoing. Uh, I'm impressed with what I've had, although as we continue to plan for the semi-finals and finals, we hope to be there in person now, together with one or two guests, to just look at what is it that we have, what qualities are there, within this local talents around. So, as to the status of the club, of course, I want to officially say that so United belongs to the community. It's never an Edwin Airo's project. It isn't, and it will never be. Uh, it belongs to our community around, and I heard their voices when they said, "Look, we need to have a part." The doors are now open. We want to see yeah, now the deeds live along the words. We want to see who will come and partner with us along this journey uh, in terms of our leadership around the area, in terms of opportunities that people get outside there. We've opened doors to the local companies within, and we are making good progress along those lines. And it is my wish that we don't start any football until we have an agreement with our partners, because last season alone we spent close to 4.1 million shillings in terms of logistics alone. Now, being an individual at the forefront of that, it gives you a lot of pressure also. But more importantly, now we want to have more of these partners on board. We want to see if indeed the love for So United will start from the fans right down there. Will they buy the replica jerseys? Will they do all this stuff? We just want to create that buzz again around the place. And from where I sit, how nice would it be for me to just give the boys support on the side and just be pressure free and focus on other things. Of course, we still have a long way to go. We want to start our girls team, so the coaches whom we are bringing on board are emphasizing on the youth structures again, which also demands some resources around it. And we hope before we kickstart the season that we will have crossed that bridge and will be on a different platform or latitude. More importantly for me is the fact that as we grow as a team, we learn from our mistakes. We become better in terms of leaders. Uh, we open up ourselves to society, and we start to be accountable for these results, and the results will surely come. I know the competition down there will be a bit different from what we experienced in the NSL. But at the same time, we have the heart and we have the will to engage in that competition and to really claim our place. That it was not by sheer luck that we got to those levels. But more importantly, also, is the fact that without planning, then you are preparing to fail. So we've been doing our quiet plans. We've been doing everything silently this time round. And when it starts, you will surely agree with me that indeed we had our eyes open. We filled the gaps. I'm here to get a list of potential transfers from the club officials. Personally, I don't engage in such. I want to get the official list and we move forward uh, with eyes on other things. We want to really create an ideology, create a culture around So United, as I said before. So to me, that's the most important thing at this juncture, and it's a good opportunity for me to share with our fans, for them to understand that indeed there's work being put in behind uh, the cameras or behind the scenes. We are putting in a lot of energy. We are running around looking for these partnership deals and all that. but more importantly, we want them also to own a size of this club. So we started and we'll start our shareholding program with them. You can buy shares of the club. We want to make it more attractive. And who knows? Come the end of the season, we'll see where we'll be. But I can assure you that we'll be back within the season. That is our aim. Nothing more, nothing less. We stick to that. And of course, we look at how to even make the squad more lethal and more dangerous on the attack, like never before. Yes. Uh, thank you. Although I never expected that question. When we look at the aspects in terms of leadership, leadership comes in different ways. It's unfortunate that our people look at leadership in only when it comes to the electioneering year. But leadership should be what have you done as an individual before this election year. I want to state here categorically that as so united, we never received any support from our CDF or even the ward uh, representatives, and these are facts. If there is any, I'm challenging them to provide. I was looking at the Kakamega County Assembly, answered our area member of assembly has never uttered anything along sports, yet so United comes from that area, and we were in the National Super League. Uh, I did a proposal to the county government, and even the CEC then for sports advised that it would be nice if our local leadership gathers around this idea and pushes it. After all, it's not mine. That was the problem with the Luya culture. We believe that when somebody is doing something, he must get something in return. To me, that is a falsehood. It doesn't hold here or there. And of course, people associate people who are in football with politics. Again, a big myth in Western Kenya. I know that Senator Malala has always had his tournament, and again, a very good friend of mine. Uh, so there's nothing. Don't read too much into this. But who knows? Who knows what tomorrow holds? Nobody knows. Everybody, you have your own democratic rights in this country, and that's why as we launched the So United Talent Search tournament, we also encouraged the guys who are over 18 to go and take out their vote. I mean, that is the first tool towards freeing yourselves. And so it's important. And also being an officer of the court, as an advocate of the High Court, I have every right to make my people understand that it is their duty to get good leadership and not get us square pegs in round holes. Yeah, none whatsoever. I don't want to respond to that. I'm, uh, I'm still a young father. I still have a lot of life ahead of me, God willing. We still have a lot of programs to run. We still have a lot of ideas to implement on the ground. We still have a lot to do, and we'll start off with what is very important to us, and that is So United. Uh, if opportunities arise for us to help in one way or another, we will help, or we will also try to let our people understand why they need certain people in leadership as opposed to others. I think that's important for us to emphasize. But at this juncture, I wouldn't want to dwell into much politics in 2022. As I said earlier, my main focus and energy is on getting back to the National Super League. it's a big tall order. It requires a lot of concentration and all that. And of course, as we grow, there are so many projects. We have church projects which need to be done. We have, and as most of you know, I'm a very firm PhD member. We still have one or two things to do here and there. And along the way, if anything comes up, for sure we will be able to articulate and let our people know what exactly could be around the corner. But for now, let us uh, domineer or focus on So United. And at this juncture, I just want again to call upon everybody to come on board and assist in whatever ways, calling on the courtiers of this world, West Kenya Sugar, the Onga Feeds, all these groups which are around our boundaries towards Uasin Gishu or down across to Transoya or even in Hen Kakamega. That let's join hands. After all, if you develop these talents and they are better off tomorrow, then you've impacted on their lives for a lifetime. And then you've grown their families, and then you put food on their table through individual effort, as opposed to us just waiting for the time to come to give them handouts and all that. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Yes, indeed, yes. There are several talks which are ongoing. Uh, we have identified certain players whom we're interested in. It will just amaze you that we got over 97 players who wanted to join our preseason program, but we've now trimmed it down based on certain factors because we have very limited time ahead of us, and we really want to just fit uh, fit fit the players that we want into our system and style of play, and more importantly, based on the coaches that we are engaging, we've borrowed into their philosophy already of development. So we have very limited time along those lines, but we'll open our gates for the preseason. We'll look at far and wide, but I can tell you that if you've been or if you've had So United at heart, you'll be able to tell that we have an eye for talent, and that is a guarantee. You will see talented players, definitely. Definitely more attacking style of play, definitely more expressiveness. We'll also want to see our philosophy grow. We lost a bit of our philosophy during the last games in the NSL. It's unfortunate because out of a possible 21 points, we only needed to pick a maximum of 6 to survive, and we couldn't do that. We only managed 4. It's a shame for So United. But those are things that build your character in life. Do you want to run away from such facts? No, you want to face them because through those mistakes we become better and better people. So indeed, yeah, we are also creating our own Francesco Totti's, and I'm really impressed with those boys who have said no to bigger offers. I know of three who have said no. We have to finish this journey, and that shows how you impact on people. Because some of them don't see, some of them want quick success, and quick success rarely comes. Even in life itself, you must put in the work. Uh, so we remain a humble unit. We remain the soy that people want to see, but more importantly, we come back with a lot of energy. We come back with a lot of ideas. We come back with a lot of uh, new, new dimension. We also come back with partners on board, giving us now enough to even attract even better and quality talents. than before, but also welcoming back the old boys. To me, that's a big plus, and it builds confidence around the young lads. We have a few young lads in the team who, given another 2 seasons without jumping a stage, they'll be greater players. We also hope that we will be attracting quality in terms of what the sponsorship agreements are and where we want to go. So we are looking at a long-term perspective, close to a 3-year partnership program as opposed to 1 year. And we are looking at our targets. Of course, our main target is getting back to the NSL. That one is immediate. And in the long term, we are looking at how do we now transform this club into an economically viable club, a club that is self-sustaining, a club that can demand uh, certain transfer fees from its players, because we don't want to be a use and dump club. No, we, we are beyond such nonsense, and we will not allow that to happen because we've also developed these people. We've invested so much time and so much money in these players that as they leave, the clubs also ought to realize that we also need our own income because we still have talents we are developing across. So that's important. Of course, as I finish, to my every loyal supporter of So United, I just want to say to you that we are preparing. Just take that word. We are preparing. You will see the brand of football that will be on display. You will enjoy to be part of this 1 year journey. You will see value in everything, and I want to encourage you also to take part in the programs that the team is undertaking. Buy the merchandise, buy all this stuff. Feel proud to be a Soy United supporter. We slept, but we never fell way off. We are coming back, and we are coming back in a season. That's my main message. For those of you who are doubting what could happen, what, I guess you know when I say that it's on, it's time for it to get a notch higher. It will definitely be cranked up. So look forward to that. Look forward to those good weekends. Look forward to having a gig around and enjoying yourselves. But more importantly, look forward to us coming back to the NSL season. Above all, I just want to thank God for the opportunity He has accorded me personally to lead this team over the last 5 years. I look at it as a blessing. It's not by right, but by His favor. And so we'll continue to be prayerful. We will remain steadfast and humble. Above all, we'll also seek His grace that His will may be done in our favor. It is not us, it is God who does all this. And as is natural, there are certain people who could have stepped on your toes, or you could have stepped on my toes along the way. Uh, I I wish within your hearts you find some space to forgive, but more importantly, as we also find space to forgive you, we want to rebuild this So United team. We want to rebuild the trust of our supporters. We want to rebuild our dreams where we want to be. And we also want our players at least to get back to the levels that they were. So we really need your prayers along the way. And more importantly, as we look at this new phase, we also want to urge all corporates outside there. Come on board, come, we'll give you space on our shirts, we'll give you space on our branding. We we are not just looking at the financial aspect alone, but we are also looking at what support can you give? What support can you give to the boys? Even if somebody were to offer transport to the boys, that would have taken a load off our shoulders and all that. But we thank God because He has always provided for us. We've never lacked, even in our laws of laws. He's been there for us. He's vindicated us, and we keep on uh, remaining prayerful that all will be well, and that we've survived COVID, and we hope we don't get the strains back, so that we move forward with renewed energy. We move forward going. We move forward with a lot of belief in ourselves again. We look at it and say that yes, that was a part in our history, but it cannot be a part of our future. So we need to really, really team up together. We need each and every hand at this particular juncture. And to the boys, I can't wait to see some of you back next week. To the new guys whom we picked again, um, we'll welcome you with both hands. Come, strain, take your part, and also take your position. That is the so united way of life. It's all about sacrifice. It's all about blood, sweat. It's all about more energy on that beach, and that's who we are. So we're really looking forward to the start of this new campaign, and we thank God for it. And may God bless all of you. So thank you so much.